Hello, welcome to Cruise1st TV. Joe and Derek on the sofa for the next half an hour as we take you on some incredible itineraries in this show titled All-Inclusive Dawn of South Africa. So let's break it down. We are going to be cruising all-inclusive with the fabulous Norwegian cruise line with so much more than just your drinks included. We're going to be doing it on board one of my favourite, more intimate NCL ships, the Norwegian Dawn, and we're going to be cruising around one of the most fascinating parts of the world.
Yeah, we certainly are. Now, on these captivating voyages, you'll experience the best of South Africa, from its rich history and vibrant culture to its awe-inspiring landscapes and captivating wildlife encounters. Coming up, we'll be taking in the Seychelles, Mauritius, Madagascar, the Middle East and Indian Ocean. We've packaged hotel stays for you to get the most of the destinations you'll be visiting. Plus, we're looking at departure dates towards the end of next year and even into 2025. Now, you can book any of the deals in this show with a deposit from as little as £199 deposit and have over a year to spread the rest of the cost of these wonderful dream holidays. I have to say, when we're researching these itineraries, they are fascinating, and actually there's a lot of destinations Joe and I you might know from the gemstone world one way or other over the years as well, and I think actually these destinations kind of, you know, tick boxes, don't they, for some pretty fascinating gems as well.
Yeah, it's a place that is rich in incredible wildlife and natural beauty, and you know, these lovely sort of raw, authentic minerals from the earth. So you'll get to experience all of that on your adventure. Should we do our first one for you? Well, this is all-inclusive to the Seychelles, Mauritius and Africa for 20 fabulous nights. Now, you're going to be leaving on the 19th of November next year, where we'll fly you to Dubai for a 2-night pre-cruise stay in the fabulous Emirates, City of Gold as it's known, in Dubai. You're going to be staying in luxury. It's home of the world's tallest building, which is the Burj Khalifa. So you can actually head up there and see lovely views over the whole of Dubai and the incredible cityscape. It's so pristine, Dubai. Literally everywhere you go is like, I mean, it's probably the cleanest place that I've ever visited in my life. They are known for their great tax and duty-free shopping. You've got the Mall of the Emirates and the Dubai Mall as well. You've also got the souks. So if you want to go and shop for some gold in the gold souk or some silk or spices, that's all an option as well. Now, you can also head out to the desert to actually do a Bedouin dining experience, which is fun, or maybe a little dune safari, stargazing in the desert at night, and see some of those incredible mosques too. They're beautifully laid out, and the design inside is impeccable. The Moorish architecture is stunning, it really is. Then it's time for us to board the vessel, the Norwegian Dawn. She is going to be your transport for the next fabulous 14 nights, 15 nights, 16 nights, excuse me, of all-inclusive cruising. I just thought it was too good to be true there. I didn't quite want to hear that. So you have got, on board this incredible vessel, you've got lots of experiences and entertainment awaiting you. Now, Norwegian's known for their white hot parties, so make sure you pack something white, because you'll find all the fun up there in the disco on white hot night. Everybody gets involved, the whole crew, cruise director. And talking of that, they actually do a lot of themed nights on board, things like Caribbean night, and obviously you're in Africa, so you're going to be having those experiences as well by the cruise director and their staff. But Norwegian is kind of one of the original homes of the you know, of your specialty dining experiences, and because you are going all inclusive on this adventure, you're going to have 2 nights of your specialty dining included. You're also going to have $50 per stateroom per port shore excursions credit. So that's another reason to book this adventure, because it's all included. And I think that makes a big difference, because this is going to be a trip where you're going to be wanting to do probably the big bucket list excursions like your safaris.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
this just goes without saying, doesn't it, when you're heading off to Africa. So we're cruising out of Dubai, and the first port we're heading to is Muscat in Oman, also known for its incredible architecture The Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque is right there, and the Royal Opera House as well. It's a gorgeous port, very clean, inviting city indeed. You've got those manicured parks, those lovely unspoilt stretches of beach. Then we're on to Port Victoria in the Seychelles. Now, many people, when they think of luxury, this is the absolute embodiment of it. The Seychelles, that unspoilt beauty. There's so many islands in the Seychelles, and you'll get to enjoy here one of the most famous. We're into Ledigue, Seychelles, another port here in this incredible archipelago, and boy oh boy is it stunning. This is actually known for its famous granite rock formation, this island, and there's only 40 in the world that are made of granite. 40 islands, that's it. Mombasa, Kenya up next, where you can head out on safari perhaps, speak to your shore excursions team about this, but they also have the beautiful Hala Park and the Fort Jesus Museum there, as well as the Wild Waters Marine National Park. On to Zanzibar in Tanzania, where you can visit Cheetah's Rock or Nakupenda Beach Nature Reserve. You might want to hunt out the big 5 African native animals, the lion, leopard, black rhinoceros, African bush elephant and the buffalo. Into Madagascar, Nosy B next for you, where you can visit the Lukobe Strict Reserve. Now, of course, it is awash with nature and beautiful, natural things to see, this part of the world. Next, we're into Port Louis, Mauritius, where you get to enjoy an overnight in fabulous Mauritius, which is a French subtropical island country in the Indian Ocean. It's a real melting pot. There's lots of different cultural influences there. The Le Cardon waterfront has a lovely blend of colour and energy, art and food. Now, after your overnight on board, you're going to disembark and we'll fly you back home from Mauritius to the UK. I mean, my goodness, what an incredible adventure. For starters, you get to enjoy Dubai before, you kick off your African experience heading through incredible ports in Africa, but also the Seychelles and Mauritius. And it is all inclusive with Norwegian. So we're talking about your drinks and your Wi-Fi. We're talking about your shore excursions credit right there, and also your specialty dining. 2 nights of specialty dining. This is an unbelievable trip. It really is.
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet, let me tell you, because the biggest treat is yet to come in the price tag. I mean, it's a lot to take on, this offer. It's fantastic, it really is. And there's so much to love about it, and so much volume in this. If this were a hairstyle, it would be voluptuous and gorgeous. So let me talk to you about this offer then. It's November next year. Included in the price I'm about to give you is the flight from the UK out to Dubai. We've got 2 nights in a hotel in Dubai, and then we've got 16 nights of all-inclusive cruising on the Norwegian Dawn. Remember, we're cruising out to Oman, the Seychelles, Kenya, Tanzania, Madagascar, and that overnight in Mauritius. And of course, we've got that flight back from Mauritius. Although if you wanted a couple of extra nights in Mauritius in a hotel, just talk to the team and we can very much make that happen for you. Deposit today of just £199 each. Can I just, before we put the price on the screen, what are you thinking? Guess the price of the package. If cold, you told me all the details, I'd have reckoned around about the £4,500 per person kind of mark, because it feels big, it feels epic, it feels exotic, and it feels like there's a lot of different elements to it, all of which sound very expensive. Well, have a little look, because I think this will be one of the most tremendous 3 weeks of your life. And look at that, it comes in at under £3,000 each. Now, what I would say to you right now is don't wait for a significant birthday or a significant anniversary, or I'm retiring from work, or don't wait for an occasion like that to do a holiday like this. Do it now. Do everything right now in the present, because this is a great opportunity, and just £199 each today will lock in this deal, which, remember, is a holiday that doesn't happen until November of next year. How organised would your holiday plans feel if you had this in the diary today? Let's have a look at upgrades then. As Joe mentioned, this is already all-inclusive on the cruise, which, remember, is 16 nights of your 20. So you've got your premium drinks package, and it really is, top shelf premium drinks. One of the things I hear sometimes is that people say, well, what I drink isn't behind the bar. Well, these will be all the names and the brands that you recognise, which is fantastic. There's a Wi-Fi package included while you're on board. As Joe mentioned, that Shore Excursion credit, you've got $50 of Shore Excursion credit for every single port that you go to. There's lots of places on this itinerary I'm not familiar with necessarily, but that really helps you plan adventures in those places. And you've got the 2 nights of specialty dining, and you've got masses of choices on board the Norwegian Dawn as well. She has so many specialty restaurants, churrascaria, sushi, steakhouse, La Cucina, La Bistro, teppanyaki, to name but a few. It's incredible, it really is. It's such a lovely offer, and your prices are on screen there if you want to go up also to ocean view balcony or a club balcony on that offer. 0800 953 4700. I'm always aware, by the way, when we're doing one of these shows, there'll be a question that you want the answer to, and you're shouting it at the telly, but we can't hear you because it's too far away. So always use the phone number and ask the question. There's no such thing as a silly question, and you're not obliged when you call. It's not going to cost you a penny either. 0800 953 4700. Never sit there and wonder. Always ask the question. Right, let's go. Let's go somewhere. I'd long to go. I feel like I'm saying that more and more and more. Maybe it's an age thing as well, age and experience. Now I'm beyond 27, and just a smidge.
Slightly.
I'm wanting to adventure further around the world, and South Africa fascinates me. The more we talk about it,
it'll always get you in the end. The travel bug, it really will.
Yeah.
This is incredible, and just touching on our last, offering as well. When you think about how much it would cost you to go to Mauritius or to the Seychelles, if you've ever priced up those trips for a week, I mean, you're talking big money.
Yeah.
And everything that was included and is going to be included in this trip for that price is unfathomable. It really is. And this time, we're heading to South Africa, to Cape Town first. We're also going to Madagascar and Mauritius on our trip for 19 fabulous nights, leaving on the 13th of January 2025. Now, it's going to be winter and cold and misery in the UK, but we're going to the other side of the world, so it's going to be summer there. So you're going to get lovely hot weather, of course. It's actually nice all year round in that part of the world. But we're going to fly you to Cape Town for a 3-night pre-cruise stay, and you'll enjoy an overnight on board in the port where you board the Dawn as well. So 4 fabulous nights in total.
Gosh, that's good. You can pack so much into that, can't you?
You really can. I'm desperate to visit, like you. I'm desperate to visit Cape Town, Derek. Everybody I have spoken to adores Cape Town. I've been fortunate to visit South Africa, but not Cape Town yet. So you've got Table Mountain there. They're world famous for. You can actually climb Table Mountain, or you can actually take like a funicular up there. Robben Island, not too far away. Cape Town's blessed with beautiful European architecture, but also, again, it's that melting pot destination. So you've got brilliant food options from all over the world as different influences have come into Cape Town over the centuries too. Look at that beautiful viewpoint, those lovely colourful houses. It's just incredible, isn't it? The Old Biscuit Mill has a wonderful market that you can enjoy as well, pick up some souvenirs and beautiful carved wooden adornments for your home. You are in Africa after all.
Lovely.
Then we're heading on board the Dawn, and she is going to be your home for the next few fabulous nights. We'll say few, but it's going to be over 2 weeks. Yeah, well, almost 2 weeks, 12 nights on board. So this is brilliant because it does feel like a home away from home when you're doing an adventure of this scale. And I feel like a lot of the people that are going to be cruising on board, it might be their first time venturing over to Africa as well. So you probably have a lot of commonplace with your other cruises.
That's very true, actually.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of people, it probably will be a nice mix of both, actually. People who are familiar with this part of the world. In fact, actually, you'll probably be cruising with quite a few South Africans as well.
Yeah.
So you are going to have some amazing stories and ideas for future holidays that come from those conversations. And then you'll have people that are cruising from around the world to this part of the world.
Yeah.
So you're all having that same journey of discovery together. Because you always think of your holiday from your point of view, but you forget that on a cruise you meet lots of other people. You have fascinating conversations, by the way, on cruises. They really are absolutely brilliant. But you get a lot of ideas for future holidays from those conversations as well.
You do, and you'll get those ideas from some of the engaging presentations you'll experience on board the ship as well, from shore excursions to some of the lectures they have. Great dining, fantastic parties, a beautiful appointed spa. all of these things await you on board the Dawn. Now, after your overnight on board, we're going to be cruising on to Mossel Bay, also in South Africa. Now, this is a really interesting port full of wonderful wildlife. So you can head to the Nyasa Elephant Park or indeed the Congo Caves. Then we're on to Port Elizabeth, where you might want to visit the Addo Elephant Park Sanctuary. And I was fortunate to recently visit an elephant sanctuary. It's unbelievable. They're doing amazing work, this one too. Now, don't forget you have $50 per port, per cabin, shore excursions credit you can use. Richards Bay, South Africa is up next for its Pelican Island, and the entire region is brimming with nature and wildlife. You've also got the Naval Island there too, so take a little tour out to the archipelagos.
And it's an overnight here as well.
And it's an overnight.
You get 2 days, which is brilliant.
And we've done this so you can go on safari, also into the evening. Maputo is up next, where in Mozambique, where you might want to visit the Special Reserve or the History Museum. Don't forget you can head out to an elephant reserve here as well, alongside looking for the big five: the lion, leopard, rhino, elephant and African buffalo. Fort Dauphin, Madagascar beckons us next, for it's known for its lemurs. Aren't they cute? You can head out to a lemur reserve and see how these incredible creatures, which are native to Madagascar, live in the wild. Then we're on to Point de Galets in Reunion, where, look at that volcano crater. Isn't that fascinating? So you might want to take a tour and overview of the island. It's always a fun thing to do when you're in these unknown ports of call. The Pitons are also a particular point of interest. Next up, it's Port Louis, Mauritius. Now, you're going to have an overnight in Port Louis, and then you're going to disembark and have a further 2 nights in a hotel. So it's 3 nights total in fabulous Mauritius to finish up your adventure on board the Dawn, where you can experience the beautiful Pamplemousse Botanical Garden there, which is known to be absolutely gorgeous. But just look at this itinerary, drink it in. We're starting off in fabulous Cape Town, South Africa, which is on so many people's bucket lists. We're then heading down through this really uncharted territory for many into Mossel Bay, Port Elizabeth. Then we're on into Mozambique, Madagascar, finishing off in Reunion, and finally Mauritius. And it's all inclusive. So your drinks, again, premium drinks on board the vessel, your Wi-Fi, your shore excursions credit, you've also got specialty dining, 2 nights included, and of course your end-to-end flights. Amazing.
It's a dream. You might just be thinking though, yeah, that's all well and good, Derek and Joe. I can see you smiling there. I can see you showing the flashy videos and everything else, but I haven't got 15 grand each for this holiday. And nor do you need it either, because you think so, wouldn't you? Because as soon as you get to this part of the world and the adventures that you can have in this part of the world, I think a lot of people are stopped in their tracks at that point, and they say, no, too expensive, it's not going to happen. Because once you try and arrange travel to this part of the world, it's very, very difficult. It's a lot of travelling. It's very difficult, lots of connections and whatever. And a cruise just irons out all the wrinkles of that completely and makes it really, really simple. Now, we're arranging this for January in 2025. Why is that such a good thing? Well, first of all, we can do it with a low deposit. Secondly, it gives you lots of time to prepare for the places that you're going to as well. Do some research, watch the online videos. You don't need to have done all of the homework, by the way. There's plenty of information on the ship, plus the excursions, plus we're including the excursion credit as well as part of the deal. But it gives you plenty of time to look forward to it and also tell lots of other people that you're doing it. So, included in the price I'm about to give you, it's the flight from the UK to Cape Town in South Africa. We've got 3 nights in a hotel there, and then we've got 12 nights of cruising on the Norwegian Dawn with your premium drinks package, Wi-Fi, 2 nights of specialty dining, which will just be such a treat, plus those shore excursion credits as well. You're cruising through South Africa with your overnight in Richards Bay, and then on to Mozambique, Madagascar, and Reunion through to Mauritius with another overnight on board, followed by 2 nights in a hotel in Mauritius, room only, before you then fly back to the UK. £199 deposit right now will make this price an absolute reality. And in fact, you know what? I am surprised so far out of date, because you know this is January of 2025, that we've got this price, and just give us 199 of that right now, and that price is locked in for you for what? Year and a half, year and a bit. It's ridiculous. Let's have a look at the upgrades, because they are very, very good indeed, taking you from inside to ocean view to balcony or to the club balcony suite as well. Oh my word. How incredible would that be? Again, if you want more details about the ship and the different grades of stateroom available, all of that is on our website as well, cruise1st.tv, and just pop up the details for offer NCL223, and that will give you the full itinerary and more details of the staterooms as well. And call us if you need any more information, 0800 953 4700. Right, okay, we need to crack straight onto our third and final offer, which this time takes us to the Indian Ocean, Madagascar to the Middle East. Oh, that sounds nice. All inclusive as well for the cruise. 18 nights all told. 25th of January in 2025 now, so we're going even further out. First of all, this starts with a flight out to Mauritius, and we've got 3 nights in a hotel in Mauritius. Now, correct me, Joe, we were talking about old television and things like that. Wasn't Mauritius where the biggest star prize on the biggest Saturday night game shows used to be a holiday to Mauritius?
I believe it was.
And so that means that if it was the big prize, I mean, listen, they weren't giving a week away in Clacton, which anyone could have. No offence, Clacton, could be talking about anywhere in the UK. But the reason they were giving away holidays in Mauritius is because nobody could afford them.
Yeah, and nobody can still, because it's incredibly expensive to travel there, even for a few nights. This is going to be included in your cruise fare, and you get to experience this amazing subtropical island, which is, has a real French influence as well. They speak French there actually as a first language. Then we're heading on to the Dawn, and she's going to be your home away from home for 14 nights as we travel through the Middle East and to incredible Africa, vibrant, colourful Africa as well. And lovely sized ship to be doing this adventure. And I'm just thinking about all the marine life you could potentially be spying when you're sailing, like your dolphins, your whales, maybe your sharkies out there as well. And we have, she's, beautifully appointed ship. I love Dawn class, actually. I've been on some of the vessels and worked on some of the vessels, really enjoyed it. You've got all of your favourite things about Norwegian. Maybe you are already a seasoned Norwegian NCL cruiser, so you know about their incredible specialty dining, whether it be the churrascaria, Mexican or delicious steaks that they offer, the teppanyaki, also super fun. You know maybe about their incredible spa menu, everything from acupuncture to tweakments to all your favorite massages. But let's talk about the fact this is all inclusive. So we're talking about premium drinks, your coffees, your Americanos, cappuccinos, your blended beverages, your bottles of water, your wine, your beer, your spirits. This is included. $50 per stateroom, shore excursions credit towards your shore excursions. You have the 2 nights of specialty dining included and your Wi-Fi. All included, thank you very much, in this adventure price. Now, we are cruising out of Mauritius and heading straight into the Pointe de Galette in Reunion for your incredible, exotic adventure over to this French-influenced incredible island. And you actually have, alongside the lovely wildlife on offer, it's a very volcanic island. So Nosy Be Madagascar beckons us next, and just look at those images. Look at the beaches here. I mean, it is absolute paradise, isn't it?
I love the name of this port as well.
Nosy
Be. You've got to go, haven't you? Just to say you've been to Nosy Be.
Get yourself a t-shirt with a Nosy Be. Then we're on to Port Victoria in the Seychelles, and again, this is that place that we all dream about when we think about paradise. And you're visiting, I know, and you can get the t-shirt, you can take the pictures, you can enjoy the excursions and the natural beauty of these islands. This is why we're visiting this part of the world, right? Another lovely port in the Seychelles for you, Le Digue, where you can see Coco Island. I mean, I just love the name of that. But look at the natural rock formations. Aren't they fascinating? Don't forget, diving and snorkeling paradise, these islands too. Muscat, Oman is up next for, you can visit the Louvre Museum, by the way. They actually, the only place outside of Paris they have a Louvre collection is Muscat, Oman. Ferrari World there too, and the Grand Mosque are all on offer for you in fabulous Oman. Excuse me, actually Abu Dhabi has Ferrari World. We're in Dubai next, and we have our overnight in Dubai, where you can visit the Palm Jumeirah. Take a cocktail on top of the highest viewpoint on earth up there at the top point in the Burj Khalifa. Khalifa. That would be unforgettable, wouldn't it, for an overnight?
Oh,
or maybe
for sure.
an overnight dune safari you can also do out into the desert. This is where you'll find Ferrari World, in Abu Dhabi. And they also have the Sheikh Zayed Mosque there to visit. And I just think these mosques are absolutely gorgeous, especially some of the beautiful mosaic. You can see the inlay there. Then we're cruising into Doha, where we will fly you home. It's included, of course. You've got your stay in Mauritius to start your adventure, which is brilliant. We're then going to be heading off into the beautiful islands of Reunion, Madagascar, the Seychelles, finishing off with the Emirates. And of course, this is all inclusive with Norwegian. So your drinks, your Wi-Fi, your shore excursions credit, and indeed your specialty dining, 2 nights there included. All of it is part of your package price. You do not have to think about pretty much anything on this adventure.
It's ridiculous. Let me give you the shopping list that we've already done for you. The flight from the UK to Mauritius, 3 nights in a hotel there, 2 weeks of cruising on Norwegian Dawn with the drinks, the specialty dining, the Wi-Fi and the shore excursion credits. An amazing itinerary as well. Reunion, Madagascar, the Seychelles, Oman, an overnight in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and then ending the cruise in Doha, plus the flight back from Doha in Qatar back to the UK. £199 each today deposit. Remember, this is the 25th of January, isn't it, in 2025? That's a long, long way away. So to put down just £199 today and know that you've got this secured, it's brilliant. And you'll probably be thinking, well, this one has got to be a lot more than the others. Look, £3,099 per person. All 3 of the offers in this show have been unbeatable, and they're taking you off the beaten track as well. They're not taking you, down the familiar route, because, cruising can sometimes follow fairly familiar paths, and maybe you've been down a lot of those fairly familiar paths, which is great for those people who are discovering cruising. But if you've got a few cruises under your belt, you're looking for something different, these offers really are that. Let's look at the upgrades then for this one. Bearing in mind, on this offer, your cruise is 14 nights on Norwegian Dawn. So when you look at the upgrade prices to Ocean View balcony or your club balcony, that club balcony price looks good, doesn't it? Very, very nice. I mean, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it, aren't you? Go big or go home, as they say. Amazing. Really good solo price for that one as well, actually. We are starting to feature more and more, actually, solo prices for you. Thank you for all of your requests. We do listen to absolutely everything. And thank you to loads of you who've sent us lots of ideas for shows recently as well. We were reading a lot of those very recently. You've got some amazing ideas. So we've got things like getting away at Christmas. We've got that's in the bank, solo prices. We're adding those to the shows. The next Join Us cruise being in the Caribbean, we're working on that as well. We're going to mention that in every show. And if any more ideas you have right now, our email address, studio@cruise1st.tv. Get anything, any idea, but have as many flights of fancy as you like, of offers you'd like us to feature. Do you know what? We'll knock on the doors upstairs and see what we can arrange for you, because the world is our oyster, whatever it is. It's great. We can go travelling the world. But I think Norwegian, they are really building in some very, very different itineraries right now, and they are taking us to ports where initially, on first glance, you're like, where?
Yeah.
And then you delve deep into those destinations, and you're like, I need to go there.
Because safari.
Yeah,
I mean, this is what I'm thinking with these ports. And you price up a week, including flights to Mauritius or the Seychelles, it's going to be $3 or $4 grand.
Yeah.
You get all of this, your dining, your excursions, your wife, all of these things included will credit towards excursions. It's such a lot of value. It's impeccable, I think, to visit these places so far off the beaten track, and you can make that dream a reality, you really can.
Yep, just more fantastic ideas from us here at Cruise First TV. And you know what, in about 2 minutes, there'll be even more. See you later.
See you soon.